everyone! So for today's video, I'm talking about my favorite NYX butter glosses and also doing swatches of the different colors. A while back, I did a video showing you guys all of my NYX lipsticks, and you guys seem to really like that, especially like having the swatches and stuff in the video. So I figured I would do that today with my NYX butter glosses. I don't have a ton of them, and there's only certain colors that I really like. So today I'm just sharing my top 5 of them. Like I said, I'm going to show you them, talk about them, do swatches and all of that, but I'm only doing 5 of them. I don't like a lot of the colors, surprisingly. I'm not a huge lip gloss person. I tend to use lipstick more than lip gloss. And I'm also very picky about my lip gloss colors. So that's why I only have 5, but I think that makes it easy. So if you guys are trying to narrow down what colors you should purchase when you go to the store, I think that this will really help you. Hopefully I don't look too different today. I don't have on my fake eyelashes, and I normally always wear false lashes when I film my videos. I just think it makes my eyes look whiter and more awake and stuff, but didn't put them on today, so we're rolling with it, and hopefully you guys don't mind. But anyways, with that being said, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so like I said, I have 5 of these glosses. One of them is actually an intense butter gloss, but I wanted to include it. Technically it still is a butter gloss, it's just a little bit more intense. So yeah, 5 of them. They're pretty much all neutral shades except for this one. And I just love all of them. So before getting into the individual ones, I just want to say that I absolutely love the NYX butter glosses. I think that for the price, they are really good quality for drugstore. I think that they last quite a long time. I think that the colors I have chosen here aren't super patchy or anything. They glide on smooth. They feel comfortable on the lips. And like I said, for like the $3.99, I think that's how much they are, maybe $4.99. I think they're $3.99. For the $3.99 that they cost, I think it is such a great deal. I have tried other lip glosses from the drugstore and they just haven't been my favorite. These are ones that I just keep going back to. I've bought multiples in some of these glosses because I just use them up, need to get a new one. So it's something I've been using for a while, so I can definitely say that I absolutely love these and I would recommend them for someone looking for an affordable lip gloss. I do think that like the ones I have here go on pretty well, but I will tell you guys that I think the darker the lip gloss you go, it gets a little bit more patchy, which is typical with most darker colored glosses and sometimes even lipsticks. It's just, I don't know why, but for some reason it can sometimes look a little bit patchy. I totally think that the formulation of these is great. I have worn them by themselves like I am today. I have worn them on top of a lipstick. I've worn them with other glosses. They just seem to work with pretty much any other lip product, which I'm super happy about. I know that like sometimes when you put certain glosses over lipsticks, it just doesn't work. That is definitely not the case with these. These work well with so many other lip products. And I honestly am just as happy with these as I am with some of my MAC lip glosses. And these are a lot more affordable. So if you have any more questions specifically about formulation or something like that about these glosses, you can leave a comment down below. But without further ado, let's get into the individual glosses. So all the glosses come in these cute little tubes that are the color of the gloss, and this first one is the shade Creme Brulee. I think this is one of the lighter colors, and it's pretty much the lightest color that I have. Okay guys, so I actually realized that these are $5 a piece. I think the price went up. I feel like they used to be cheaper, but I still think that's a really good price. So this first color, Creme Brulee, is kind of like a peachy color. It's one of my favorites just as a neutral gloss. It goes with almost like everything. It's just so pretty. And let me give you guys a swatch. Yeah, so this is definitely a peachy kind of color. I feel like it has a little bit of an orangey undertone, very slightly, but definitely more of a pink peachy color. So this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it's very glossy. I will tell you guys, their glosses are pretty glossy. Just a pretty pinky peach color. Like I said, it has a slight orangey undertone, but this is honestly one of my favorite colors. It's just perfect. Alright, so the next color I have is Tiramisu. This one is slightly darker than Creme Brulee. It's not quite as light. This I think is my ultimate like favorite. It's just so pretty. So this one's definitely more pink than Creme Brulee, and I feel like there's like a hint of mauve in it. Not a lot, but just a tiny, tiny bit. But yeah, definitely more pink than Creme Brulee. My favorite color, I just think this one, Creme Brulee, is pretty on top of a lot of lipsticks, but if you want a gloss just to wear by itself, I like one that has a little bit more color than Creme Brulee, and Tiramisu really is just my go-to. I actually have that on today. I should put a little bit more on. Yeah, I just absolutely love this color. So there's Creme Brulee and there's Tiramisu. So you can definitely see how it's more pink, it's a lot darker, and I would say it's a little bit less sheer. Creme Brulee's more on the sheer side, and Tiramisu is a little bit thicker, more full coverage lip gloss. So next up is Angel Food Cake, and you can just tell by looking at the tube of this one that it's a significantly different color than the previous two. So Creme Brulee and Tiramisu tend to have a little bit more of peachiness in them, and this one does not have peachiness at all. It's still a pink, but it's definitely more of a pinky purple color. Super, super pretty. I think that this would be a great color to wear on the lips for Valentine's Day, but very different from the previous two. So you can tell it's this one right here. Obviously, it's definitely not a peach color, way more pink, and I don't know about you guys, but I definitely think it has some purple tones to it. It's very, very pretty, but it's not a color that I wear on an everyday basis. I love it, but I tend to still lean more towards Tiramisu on the daily. Next up is actually the Intense Butter Gloss that I was telling you guys about. This one is way, way, way dark, and I think part of that has to do with the whole intense part of it. The Intense Butter Glosses are thicker, and the applicator on them is different. Let me give you guys a swatch of this. I haven't tried all of them, but in my opinion, this butter gloss, it just seems a little bit more creamy, velvety than the traditional butter glosses do. So this is the shade Chocolate Crepe. Like I said, it's an intense butter gloss. It's really, really pretty. It's still has kind of pinky undertones in it, but it's more on the mauve-y brown side. Definitely very dark. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So this one right here is the Chocolate Crepe Intense Butter Gloss. As you can tell, significantly darker than the previous colors. I think it's a little bit less glossy, even though it's supposed to be an intense butter gloss. I think it's less glossy, but it's just more of a thicker consistency. It shows up more, and it's not as sheer as the previous colors, but it is very, very pretty on the lips. This is a great color to wear for like a night out if you want something that's more intense, but not like a super bold, like a red or plum or something like that. And then speaking of kind of purpley plum colors, this last color is another butter gloss, not an intense butter gloss, just a regular one, and this is in the shade Devil's Food Cake. I know that this is a super popular color. It's one of the ones that's harder to find just because it sells out so quickly. I had a hard time finding this one, so when I saw it, I immediately snatched it up. So this one's definitely purple, and I do think that this color, while it's so, so, so beautiful, it is one of those ones where it's a darker color and it can get a little bit patchy. So that's why I'm having a little bit harder of a time swatching this so cleanly for you guys, because I'm having to put a couple layers just to make it look even. So obviously you can just tell by the packaging it's a lot darker. This one out of the entire group is I think the one that's the most patchy. I absolutely love the color. It's so pretty, but it does take a couple layers to really get it all evenly like the same color, which is very frustrating. But still such a pretty color that it's one of my favorites. So it's this color right here on the end. You can even tell like on the video here that it's not as even as the previous ones, that there are patches that look lighter and darker because even as you put a couple layers on, it doesn't want to even out, which like I said is pretty frustrating, but it's just such a pretty color that I'm willing to take some extra time to work with it to get it even. Alright guys, so those are all 5 of my favorite NYX butter glosses. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found the swatches to be helpful. I will leave a picture of the swatches at the end of this video if you want to use that for reference or you want to see them one more time. Like I previously said, if you want a video on this really easy, simple, everyday makeup look, give this video a thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm dying to get to 3,000 subscribers. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.